You're watching Weekend at Gabe's and I'm Weekend Gabe. This latest episode was brought to you by the good folks over at the Ghetto Flower. Use our code W@G for an exclusive 15% discount when visiting their site. Tell them I sent you. Now enjoy the show.
Got the new EP Crash out, obviously, but also building up for an album, which I believe is entitled Villain Energy. So we will hopefully get into all of that.
All right, let's see if this works. All right, Patrick, you there?
Yes. Is it good
All right,
now?
I got you.
All right, this feels better.
It feels better now?
Yes,
Yeah,
we can hear what you're saying now. That's what the people need, man. You know, we can hear
it. Man.
All right, cool. We apologize for putting you to the grinder on this, but we appreciate your patience working with us.
Nah, for real. You know, stuff happens like that. But we here now. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna make it work. We're gonna make it work.
Yeah. Yeah, we got you. So you were just in the middle of talking about the latest album and your thoughts behind it. Give us that answer one more time so we can get it on wax.
Yeah, I had a couple of songs in the chamber already, like a couple of new ones. Basically, what I went on when I had an idea for Crash, which was the first song off the EP. Basically what my mind was and how, kind of, you know, understanding who I am and for life again. You know, it's been, I think a lot of times motherfuckers, you know, growing up where I'm from, it's not a lot of hope. We got to kind of make some hope for it. And a lot of times you feel like you can crash and, you know, it feels hopeless. So basically the trauma and my experiences of coming up and kind of for the brighter side also. So, you know, as you can see on the artwork, it's, you know, to cry and exploring that gray. And I feel like for me, I'm a person that to dive into complexities and like to dive into the gray area that we all kind of sort of miss a lot of times. And, you know, just explore that and explore that throughout my artist journey. So that's basically, you know, how I came about, because I just wanted to show people that, you know, it's a lot more nuance to what I'm doing. I really appreciate people liking it and people, you know, actually taking the time to actually just listen. It was personal and it was a lot of fun too, but yeah, we got it out and a lot of support. So I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful to be here. I'm really grateful that you guys come on the show.
Hell yeah. You talked you wrote a little bit about a really thoughtful piece about the album cover on your Instagram. And one of the sentences you end with was, the only winning move is to not play the game. How did that manifest in this record, as far as, you know, because people talk about the rap game all the time. And we had, you know, Vince Staples say the other day that, like, it's not a game, you know, it's not a game. So like, how does that manifest in your music, you know, not playing the game?
Basically, it's a word that I use, which is basically my philosophy in life, which is being righteous. It's not, you know, being holy or being religious. It's more of a honest stance, you know, like earlier you guys were talking about the Twitter verse, the Snyder verse, which it was like, I was just talking about this yesterday, how a lot of shit on Twitter is just bullshit. It holds no value. It holds no value to me, but a lot of people see it as, I just always try to look at things as like, I don't know, man. It doesn't feel, I don't get a connection. It doesn't feel like this isn't real. You know what I'm saying? So to playing games into the matrix, because I think that we're in a bigger, when I believe and I think about my spirit and my soul, I think I'm beyond what Twitter actually, in terms of how people value it. You know what I'm saying? So when I say that, because coming from the South Side and being Black and having these number statistics in terms of like, I got people in my own community want to kill me. The cops want to kill me. The system is like, it's a game that I can't, you know, I feel hopeless in it. I can't win. So why, you know what I'm saying? It's futile. You know what I mean? So if I'm going to use this time that everybody's on borrowed time, I'm going to use it wisely. I'm going to use it to my advantage and do what I want to play the Matrix game. I'm going to play my game. I'm going to do my own thing. You know what I mean? So that's basically where it came from. And a lot of times you end up crashing. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, and that's what I was kind of trying to explore. You know what I'm saying? That having appreciation for land of the dark that comes with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So we know that you're a South Side, grew up on Chicago South Side, but we don't have a lot of the details. Like, tell us where you grew up, what communities, and then kind of like how did that shape or frame your outlook on making music?
Yeah, man. So honestly, what ended up happening, so growing up with my pops, I was only child. I was going a lot of times I was in 84th and Cottage Grove and Ingleside.
Okay.
In the Woodline area. So I was moving. I would say primarily I stayed a lot with my dad. So I would say like more of the Chatham area. And kind of what shaped me to school and being surrounded by peers and being surrounded by the negativity that's around and how be negative and how honestly it's almost feel like that's the only way to and kind of gauging your way through high school and finding your own identity. A lot of times losing their lives. If maybe not, you know, there's been times where I've had peers who were way smarter and ended up being the gang member, and now it's like that potential is gone now, all because we wanted to be cool, and people wanted to dive into this lifestyle thing, but put people like us like that's how we lose. We end up not doing anything that's really uplifting us. That's supposed to be a benefit for. That's not the mindset. And always, you know, growing up, I was always, you know, I didn't have two parents in the household. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it was just me because my parents, I would always have time to just think about stuff, and I would always, you know, disagree out of what my peers thought, which is not the cool thing to do, especially when you're growing up in high school. Agree with everybody else because you don't want to look like an outsider. But I always felt like an outsider, so I felt, you know, try to fit in, even though I did, it never felt right. You know, I just had to, you know, growing up like in that way and growing up in a way where I idea of being what my community is showing me and look like this. If you got dreadlocks and you black and you from the South, then you're gonna be this and you're gonna be that. Like being out, you know, finding my own way.
Sorry, I muted myself. Basically, you also talk about in your very first Instagram post all time, you talk about this oath you make as an artist, and it's two tenets to the oath. One is don't cheat the audience, and the other one is take it seriously for the ones who came before. How does Crash tick those boxes for you?
Oh man, dude, I really appreciate you going through that because I'm glad somebody was really. I appreciate.
Hey, somebody got to hold your feet to the fire out here. You know, you can't just say something and then stop doing it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. No, I appreciate that. I like you. That honestly, that means a lot that you actually took the time and actually read that because, you know, coming in to the rap game, I had a lot. I had a still do. You know what I'm saying? I still have so much that I want to prove. And you know, when I first did my EP, it was more like, this is what I got to show. I'm happy to be here and for me being here. And I get crashes more into the side of like, let me show you why I'm supposed to have been here. You know what I'm saying? Well, let me show you guys that here right now that I'm going to be way above you at someday. I'm heading for me. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just going to show it by just raw talent and just show it through the messages, which is that little like spark of something that's going to it's going to burn the whole world, hopefully. So, and that's where Villa Energy, my next project, will be the flames, the engulfness of every fruition, where I'm being more confident and having that appreciation for life and understand now that you have this time. Like I'm 27 right now, and I spent I understand that I'm mad is because that I've lost a lot of time focusing on a lot of bullshit that didn't mean. Doing music, this means a lot to me, and I want to hold on to it. So being what I am and coming from where I come from, I understand that, you know, the number, but I'm going to do it until it's you know, until whatever time is where I have to perish. I'm going to continue to try to push in an honest narrative to whoever listens. You know what I mean? And that's really the righteousness of just get it out there. You know what I'm saying? All I want really is the opportunity to be heard. And when, you know, when Instagram and like, oh yeah, you said you wanted to take this serious and do like that's where it comes, because I believe that the audience knows when this is bullshit. They know, because I used to be, you know what I'm saying? I used to be an audience member, so I know bullshit when I hear it. You know, they think it's like you can't listen to anything Patrick Sun and go, "Oh, that shit was." You might not like it and cap like this shit ain't wrong. Like this shit ain't righteous. Like this shit ain't honest. That'd be cap. That'd be a lie. Yeah. And we don't lie. We don't lie over there.
There's something else that you said similarly back in May in a tweet. You're quoted as saying, "I love making music and being able to express these thoughts and ideas in such a cooler way than through tweeting and posting memes. I don't feel like I'm wasting my time now, but I want to make sure I'm only using my time for things that'll benefit me." You mentioned like you're 27, you're still very much young in the game. Why is there and I'm pretty sure the 2 years of the pandemic, you probably feel like that took years off your career. But do you feel what was sort of the moment? Because you also talk a lot about time in itself, about not wasting time.
Exactly.
When did that sort of thought process start to kick in? You were like, listen, I got to start to shed sort of all this dead weight of time, of things that are occupying my time, and focus solely on the music and the content and working on my career. When did that moment sort of approach you?
Actually happened in the pandemic, to be that's so quick origin story. Really what happened is my homie Trey and he had a studio in his crib, and I would go over there. He would just want to work, you know what I'm saying? He was like, man, I got all this equipment and I don't know, you know what I'm saying, I don't know, can you just record me, can you just help me get to where I'm going? Because at first I started doing comedy, stand up and, you know, try to be funny. I used to be a comic. I tried to. I always loved to make music, but making music, I was trying to rap like somebody else, and it didn't. You know, it didn't. I didn't believe in it. And once that I took from this comic, Patrice O'Neal, he said something. He was like, one thing, and being going on stages, you have to believe in what you're saying. And when I took that idea with jokes and put it into making music, and it was me write a little bit better and find my own voice. So with that, like, oh man, I got these songs straight. Just help me out, you know what I'm saying? Just record me. We ended up recording. My homie Kyle, he knew my manager, Equine. He ended up managing me then, and then that's when I dropped my first EP in 2021. Now that you saw how quick the world just stopped, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Before COVID, it was Kobe dying, which really that rocked me. You know, it was like, yo, this is. It was kind of a little wake up call. So life, this shit don't stop for no one. Like no one living however long you think they gonna live. That's not how the world works. You know what I'm saying? But I if you look at Kobe's legacy and where he left, it was so, you know what I'm saying? We can still feel his presence even though he's gone. And that's what I was trying to shoot for. I started making music and I started believing in what I was saying. I started believing in myself. With that's how it all came to be. That's when I realized, like, oh yeah, it's real, and we only have a certain amount, so you better make the best of it. Because a lot of I did not want to do, and that left me nowhere. I got nothing out of it. Last 2 years than I've ever gotten in the past 25 years. To be quiet when it happened. That's when I started making music. So it worked, and I just didn't stop doing that.
It's crazy how you say that you used to be a comic. I think we do a comedy segment on the show where we try and invite local comics on, but I think it's really crazy how those two worlds coincide, like stage presence and things like that. A lot of that is just pure basic like comedic nuts and bolts, it was really interesting to hear you say that. Real quick, with the time that we have left, I want to talk about the TNT video shoot. You were out in LA using the 360 camera. Absolutely incredible video. Talk about why you wanted to get out there and how you hooked up with the people to make it happen.
Man, so look, we was just out there. It ended up happening. She had he was shooting for Freddie. He was shooting for Freddie. I don't want to name drop, but she was honest. We went out there, man, and he was like, "Yo, we gonna shoot. I definitely want to help you out because he listens to my music and he just wants to, just on the house and shit. Like me in LA, you might as well. I got cameras. It's like shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Different scenery and all that stuff. And that was like the second time I've been in LA. It was whack. I did not have a good time. So to be out there the second time, to be out there something out of it, and to because at first I really didn't even want to release it out there, but watching it a little bit more because I'm my biggest critic. So my other homies tell me like, nah, this shit ain't released it. You tweaking. So I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Let's release it. But yeah, it was really cool to show people that experience. Like, you can go to different places and do other shit. People around you. Like, I ain't even take much. You know what I'm saying? So I had so much fun with them again for sure. So yeah, LA. That was. I mean, why not? Shit blow up.
Hey, Gabe wants to know if you hiked all the way up that big ass hill.
Did you get the golf? No. Did they got golf course?
No, they didn't have a golf up there. No, we did hike. We hiked a little bit.
That's what I'm telling you. We can Gabe. Ain't no shortcuts in this life. You gotta climb the hill to make the video.
I don't know if
plus hard work. That's Patrick's son right there.
I don't know if these legs.
Yes.
Listen, I don't know if these legs can make it up that far because that shit look mad high. So good for you, though. I'm glad someone could do it.
All right, before we get into some fun questions, I can't ignore what's on the horizon with Villain Energy.
Yes.
Can you talk about what we can expect from this EP? Maybe you got an estimated release date yet?
I wish I did, but to be honest, I don't have an estimated release date. But I was talking to my girl today about it, and she was like, because I had said, I was like, yo, I don't even think I want to. I want to just invest a lot of my time into this project. So I want to just focus just to make sure that this project is like a stone. You know what I mean? Like when you hold it, you like, damn, this shit hurt. Yeah, I don't think I want to. I ain't gonna my beard. I ain't gonna, do my hair and none of something else. Like, why don't you give up sugar? Why don't you do something that's actually challenging and your artistry a little bit? Like, do something challenging in life and see if it can translate. Not only am I not like doing my hair and nothing like that, no sugar. It's no sugar and no social media. Like, can't get on social media and just be dicking around. And that's kind of where I want to do, where I want to invest a lot of just point of pinpoint a target and just stick with it like a leg, like you putting a magnet to something. Just let's see how hot I can make this. Let's see if I put all my effort into a project. Let's see what I can get out of it. Let's see what love and support from you guys and from Lyrical Lemonade, from everybody who just showed love from Crash. It was motivating to just keep it up and to keep more consistent. So what you can expect is a different sound and different flows, but just an enhancement of what you already heard. A Toku Super Saiyan, and like out the ship, like just he already a Super Saiyan. He ain't even, That's how I want to come. So just expect.
I love it.
I don't want to say too much. Like, just understand. I let the music speak for itself, like I've always have been. Just wait. You'll get it soon, and it'll be great. I promise you.
Word.
All right. Before we get into fun question, one last real question. I noticed that you have like a ton of like freestyle videos, and the art of freestyling isn't really like something you see a lot. But I seen you were going in on a lot of these videos. So talk about like freestyling. How does that help you with writing? Does that sort of the spontaneity of it? Does that create thoughts and ideas for songs and construction? Well, what does it do for you to freestyle?
What a freestyle does for me is to a lot of times an idea, and I just want to get to it right quick. Like, I had an idea to do a freestyle for me as because I always loved that beat, and I respect Outkast, and I respected them so much that I want to get on it. I didn't want to like hop on it and like disrespect it, but I got to at least write to it and get it out because it's gonna stick with me if I don't do it. So it's just like I have this mindset right now, and I have these ideas. Let me just get it out real quick. So I don't. What it does is, it helps me write better. It helps me deliver raps a lot better because I'm just trying to get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to write the best or with freestyle and think about the best possible verse that I make the beat that I'm getting on. You know what I mean?
Right. All right. Sounds good.
All right, let's get into some fun questions. We always like to ask some stupid questions at the end of the show. I seen you retweeted the Sig Newton meme the other day, and you said I was really smacking those Fig Newtons as a kid. So to that effect, Patrick's son, what are the top 3 elite childhood snacks?
Ooh, that's a good question. Oh fuck, dude. Top 3 Hostess cupcake. The chocolate ones. I'm gonna go that. I'm gonna go with hot flamers.
Yep,
gotta go hot flamers. I don't eat hot flamers no more, but childhood lead. The third one is I think. Fuck. I'm gonna have to go. Skittles.
Yes.
Yep, that's a win. The chocolate Hostess, the hot flaming, and the Skittles. That's a winning package right there. Yeah, I like that. Right. I like that.
I hope so.
Gabe, what you got for him?
All right. Your quote is saying on the song "Words from Nas," "I'm chasing ass. I'm chasing dollars. My feet hurt." How much does how much does your feet hurt?
Gabe, can you do a whole song where you just deliver like that? Just
rap lyric.
Just rap lyric like I'm chasing ass.
Yeah,
that's great.
Do your feet hurt?
Yeah.
How much
bad
does
do your feet hurt?
They hurt a lot, man.
Fair enough. It's a lot of work, I know.
$10? Yeah, you're gonna be sore for a little while.
I saw another post that you had on your gram where you was doing the Stone Cold Steve Austin with 2 beers. You was performing,
yes.
And you said, "I hate beer, but I'm a natural born entertainer." Why do you hate beer so much?
Because it makes you fat. That's why.
Okay. Me and Gabe should both get off the beer, I think. Yeah.
No, I don't like it because, like, look, I have a beer full. Like, I'm like, bro, like, I want to eat. You know what I'm saying? Because I smoke weed too, so a lot of times I don't want to eat because I didn't have like 2 beers. Like, nah, I don't like it. But I will tell you this though. Heineken, Corona, Stella's, top 3 beers.
Yeah. Hit the alarm on that. Yeah. Me and Patrick can get it in now. There you go. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, I got one last one, Gabe. You got anything to go?
One more. All right, I seen that you're showing love for Iron Man 3 as a top MCU film.
Let's go.
Listen, I'm there with you. A lot of people don't like Iron Man 3, and I think they're wrong. But why do you think that everyone else is wrong and that it is a top 10 MCU film?
Gabe, that's a great question because everyone. Iron Man 3. This is why it's so great because it's almost like, remember, like, that was when they was trying to set up the Infinity War stuff, but that was his own standalone bad guy. It had nothing to do with any other story. Iron Man got his own clear cut after the scene. Nothing. That was his own movie. It was the best, like, actual superpower, which is ingenuity. When he didn't have the suit anymore, and he had to fight these fire characters, no suit. When people was talking crazy, like, "Oh, you ain't nothing without the suit." Nah, you solidify why he's the best, and that's why it's the top. I won't say 10 MCU for sure, easily.
I'm mad at that at all.
I like that.
Hell yeah! All right, last question before we leave. We obviously know you smoke a little weed. You said it on the show, and it appears from a distance that you are a joint smoker. I can see that from a distance. What makes the perfect joint as somebody who cannot roll a joint to save their goddamn life?
I could teach you one day for sure. We're gonna drink a couple Stellas and Coronas, and I'm gonna show you how to cook a joint. I promise you that. What makes a perfect joint is all about the filters in the smoke. That's really the main key. You have to. For me, I don't roll a joint with all that weed because, you know, a lot of times people want to smoke a blunt. I'm like, bro, like, you're not even getting real weed. Like, if you can't tell me you're a weed head, but you only smoke products, like, nah, I don't believe you. So the best is when you can get the most thinnest raws. Like, I usually get the raw and the blacks. Get the blacks because they get the raw filters. I like to do mine like manually. I don't like to buy tips or nothing. Roll it up into an M shape. Roll that sucker up. And get high. That's all it takes, man.
Simple math. We love that.
Stop buying that blunt. Stop. That shit tobacco.
Hey, I'm stacking my bird bucks. I'm stacking my bird bucks one way or another. I will get rich.
On,
it might
man.
be only in bird bucks, but that's
man,
how I'm rolling.
Go hold $1 when you got it.
Yo. All right, Patrick, thank you so much for joining us here tonight on Weekend at Gabe's. Crashes the EP. It's out on all digital streaming platforms. I tell you, it is one of the best things to come out this summer and this year. Thank you so much for giving us your time and also being patient with us.
Thank you for being patient with me. I know that was not the best, but I'm trying, like, you had me on again, right, man? I promise you that. But thank you.
We got you
guys for having me, man. I really had a lot of fun, man.
Much love.
Right,
much
sounds
love.
good.
We'll see you again for Feeling Energy sometime down the line.
Yes, for sure, man.
Hell yeah.
All right, Patrick's son here tonight on Weekend at Gabe's. I love him. I love his spirit. I love what he's doing. It feels like he's a little bit like sort of older than like artists that we talk to who are really new, but he seems like very mature. He knows what he wants to talk about. He knows his lane. He's disciplined. You hear him talk eating like the garbage food and being disciplined. And
I like that suggestion a
it.
lot. I really love it. I mean, he talked about that. His girl came up with that. She was like, yeah, you know, the letting your beard grow and your hair grow is cool, but why don't you do something challenging? And that's the kind of woman we all need in our lives. So shout out to her. Shout out to him. That no sugar shit sounds tough. You definitely can't have no Skittles or chocolate Hostess cakes if that is the wave that you are on. But, you know, more power to him.
Thank you for watching the latest episode of Weekend at Gabe's on YouTube, brought to you by the Ghetto Flower. Make sure to also click on the links in the description for more information to our guests and access to exclusive new music from the Ghetto Flower and so much more. Make sure to also like and subscribe to the show, and also continue to share, support, and show love by clicking on any of the links surrounding my head. Thanks for watching.